totally canned. And I guess, I don't know if we know what's going on behind the scenes, but
I just know this woman and I listen, and we'll move on. But I just know this woman like she's just look, I'm sure after I put her on blast last week, now I'm on the top of her list. I'm not afraid of her, but she's maniacal. Yeah, it's word for word what you just said. It's called blackmail. That is exactly what it's called. So
but
I
it's
don't know.
illegal. Like, I mean, if, she's going to ruin her entire reputation and all that for trying to blackmail a production assistant. I mean,
I don't know. It's a dirty
because wait a
business.
minute, aren't we hearing now that the entire cast of Real Housewives of New Jersey, as it is all coming back? So she has her job.
They're
She
not all
had
coming
in the
back, honey.
Hamptons.
They're all coming back and filming has begun. The first week, which was like 2 weeks ago, was just Danielle Cabral and Rachel Fuda. Jen Aiden was still on vacation. Teresa was still on vacation. Melissa was doing whatever. I mean, it is a fully filming right now. Jen Fessler is back. Every single person is filming.
All right.
RHONJ has returned, Sarah.
Okay,
Oh.
so she's kept her job. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I feel like maybe this was more of a scare tactic towards you, and like
I
maybe
don't
she really
know.
doesn't have all this info, but she's like, she
I
knows you're
don't
gonna
scare
say
though,
it.
dear. But it's weird. Yeah, I mean, I don't know why you would. I agree with you. I don't know why you would approach someone
Yeah.
with. Again, this has nothing to do with me. This is actually a positive to everybody listening. It's like it's the power of this audience. People are actually listening to us. Like this mic is not just on. Honestly, I hate to say it. 4 years in, I wouldn't still be doing this if no one was listening. I would be out. I'd be out. I mean, isn't that the definition of insanity? Like I'm sitting here talking to a microphone and 3 people are listening 4 years in. I don't know. I find
Well,
that
some people know, some
strange.
people it's a hobby, some people it's a
Oh,
hobby.
a
It's a
hobby.
stress release. I mean,
Oh, okay, Sarah. Well, listen,
do you have any
I
hobbies? I don't think you have any hobbies. You work 24/7.
I mean, well, if I'm being honest, I collect Louis Vuittons. That
There you
is
go.
a
That's a
hobby.
hobby.
It is a hobby. I collect it. I collect, I search, I find, I purchase. That is a hobby. And my other hobby is sleep. I enjoy
Oh,
sleep.
I don't blame you. I love a good night's
And
sleep.
I like
Rest.
to work. I can't help it. The good news for everyone listening that doesn't hate me is that I enjoy working. And I mean, I go out to dinner. Oh, speaking of which, before we move on, I
Okay.
have two people, Miss Suzanne and Miss Rochelle from the Upper East Side, these two friends of mine. Apparently, I think with you, maybe with Kim, but I think with you, I recently said, all I want to do is work. I love my listeners. And I said, but I don't care if I have any friends. Like it is what it is. Like I'm over my friends.
Okay.
Well, Miss Suzanne and Miss Rochelle from the Upper East Side of New York City are furious with me. Furious. You've made me lose two friends. They are pissed
Why? About what?
that I said, like, I'm over all my friends and I love my listeners and I would rather hang out with my listeners. This is not a joke.
Oh, well,
They
that's true.
are
I get that. I think of your
furious.
I was thinking when you said that, I was
Whew.
like, I have seen some of your friends when you and I have Zoomed like at your Hamptons home and stuff. And I'm like, they cannot be happy with you because, yeah, you basically, I'm sure your friends are over you. Yes.
Over. Now, here's a little bit of good news for Suzanne and Rochelle. Out of all the guests, because next year I'm lying. Next year I'm doing major renovations on my Hamptons house. Wink, wink, wink. I don't want anybody coming next year. I'm so exhausted. So here's some good news. Suzanne and Rochelle were out of all the weekend guests, and it's been every fucking weekend, not a minute to myself. They actually possibly were maybe the best guests of the weekend. They because all Rochelle wants to do is buy Louis Vuitton. So and when I bring someone into the Louis store, like I kind of get the credit, like, oh, so I don't
Sure.
have to buy something this month. Like this bitch over here can buy two things. So like Rochelle bought, and all they want to do is talk about bags and food and dinner. So
Oh.
Suzanne and Rochelle, although they hate me, and I said I'd rather hang out with my guests, they were possibly the best weekend guests so far as not getting on my nerves. So there you go. I have some positive news, but you got me in trouble, girl. I mean, I guess I said it, so I got myself into trouble. I just want to point that out that
Shocked. I'm not shocked. I thought that when you said that about your friends. I'm like,
oh,
they all listen. They're not going to be very pleased about this.
hey, they're like, really, they told this other girl, Esther, tell him we're pissed. And she's texting me, they're mad at you. And I'm like, oh my God. Could we talk about Kyle Richards and Morgan Wade? We never really broke down this video from a few weeks ago.
Can we shout out our friend Andrew
Oh,
and his podcast, Iron
yes.
Boiler?
Ivory Tower
Thank you.
Boiler.
Yes, please. I want to find their correct name
I
because
know, I
he
know,
put
I
this out
know,
and he
I
has an
know.
awesome podcast and he's a big fan of ours. And I'm very
Ivory
grateful for that.
Tower Boiler Room. That's what I thought
Thank
it was.
you.
Ivory Tower Boiler Room.
Okay, everybody needs to listen and go and give him love. He's awesome. And he is also a Bravo celebrity. Basically, he's the one that you and I shared the video and he tagged us in it. He says we've been queer baited, which I love that. I don't know why. I just love that saying. By Morgan and Kyle. And after watching Morgan Wade's music video that features Kyle, I say we've been queer baited and I am pissed. They don't even fully make out. For God's sakes, at this point, fucking make out. It's a music video. You're acting. We are being queer baited 100%. Good call, Andrew.
I have to ask again. I asked a few weeks ago, Kyle Richards, Morgan Wade, and Mauricio Umansky. What the fuck is going on? Part 2. I have to ask this again. I mean, they do this and they queer bait us. They don't even fully kiss. You're
Fall
in
in
the
love with me.
video, right?
Mhm.
You're in the video. And then did you see Mauricio commented like so cool or so good, whatever he said.
Yeah.
I mean, this is just, it's like, it leads you to believe none of it's true because, like, if it really was true, why are you? I mean, look, and if it is true, great. Like, when I always say, like, go and pull the files on me, Marge, like, I admit it all, whatever you got, I admit it. I did it. Look at my sordid, shady, embarrassing past. Yeah. So, I mean, is that what's happening? Are they just like, we know you're talking about this, we embrace it? Or is this just like, we're going to play into this and make a coin?
I look, I have said this from the start when you and I had this conversation a couple of weeks ago. I truly believe this is Hollywood 101. They're friends with Kris Jenner. Kris is the mastermind in Hollywood.
Master.
Master, sweetie. Remember when Kim was flowered on the red carpet? That was all fake, set up by them so Kim could get attention. All their stuff is staged, right? I believe, my own personal opinion, yes, I think Kim kind of falls in love with these men, but I even think they are picked to some degree. They knew that Kanye would elevate their brand in the fashion world, right? And then here we are. I love the Kardashians. I love what they've done. If you are willing to live that life, I think anybody, somewhat anyone can do that. I mean, Kris really is a genius, and then so is Kim. But this is Hollywood 101. We are being queer baited, marriage baited, everything in between. And I guess the only part of this I don't understand is they really are helping Morgan. And I wonder
Right.
why. Like, most of the time it's for financial reasons, right? Usually you don't just do that. It's Hollywood, right? Okay. We know a lot of people that are famous and they never help their friends get famous. So did they have, I guess where Kyle is producing this documentary, there is money at stake. And I think and maybe it's as simple as Mo and Kyle know it is great for their brands. It's great for their reality shows. It's great heading into the fall for RHOBH.
But like, do they
They're
care? Like, I
motivated.
mean, if you're Drew
Yes, they care.
Sidora and